If you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue, I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall. And if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.
Hello there, YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Open Mic America. What better way to spend your Sunday afternoons or evening, wherever you may be across the country. Again, this is Open Mic America. I will be your host and MC tonight, Laura Bordowitz. Our interviewer tonight is going to be Mike Simpson, and founder Capo Dave Williams is acting at engineer tonight behind the scenes. If you're unfamiliar with Open Mic America, our mission is to support your local open mics without any gimmicks or frills. This right here is the beating heart of American music, that tapestry of story and song that has been weaving us together for generations. And tonight, we have 7 different states represented amongst our performers and tech crew tonight. And tonight, we will be featuring Bill Palmer from Murray, Kentucky, the King Teen from Durham, North Carolina, Bill Hernandez from Portland, Oregon, Deb Weslow from Bulverde, Texas, Joyce Lee from San Francisco, California, Teeyum Smith from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Roger Edgar and Roger Winkleman from Sunnyvale, California, Glenn Merschel from Monroe, North Carolina, and Ann Sandstrom from Burlington, Massachusetts. We've got quite the setup tonight. I've already heard them in sound check, so I already got a sneak peek, and I know it's going to be a great show tonight. So I think it's time to go ahead and get it on the road. Bill, you are up. Bill Palmer wants to shout out the Hand Open online open mic and Johnson Bars open mic in Paddock, Kentucky. So Bill, take it away.
Hello there. All right. It's good to be here, back again to Open Mic America. This first song, it's about driving in the summertime when you're in the Midwest and you're heading south and it's at night and you, I guess, start to realize that you're getting into the South. So this is called Driving Through Memphis. I'm gonna miss you in the summer, I'm gonna miss you in the fall, gonna miss you in the morning, might miss you when you call. And I'm driving through Memphis in the middle of the night. The smell of cut hay and rain makes a thick perfume, and my eyes are heavy, I'm looking for a room. Driving through Memphis, windows down in the middle of the night. All those things you said are stuck inside my head, and it's playing like the movies or like a book I haven't read. Or like the burned out letters or the truck stop signs up ahead. Skimming across those bridges of the muddy Mississippi, I can feel your breath in the flickering light. And I know the Mississippi's gonna sing to me tonight. hissing of the rain, and the singing of the tires, and the stinging smoke from the smoldering fire. Keep me awake through the night in the darkest hour, while I'm skimming across those bridges of a muggy Mississippi. I can hear your voice, it's ringing in my ear. In the rearview mirror, our bridges slowly disappear. I'm gonna miss you in the summer, gonna miss you in the fall, gonna miss you in the morning, might miss you when you call. And I hope you'll call in the middle of the night. I hope you'll call in the middle of the night. When I'm driving through Memphis, windows open in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah.
Quick guitar change. Okay, so this is sort of, I guess, a little bit bluesy. Sort of about the kind of angst that sort of showed up in my life a few years ago. Maybe you guys might relate to it, maybe not. We'll see. Oh, well, I work in the morning, I work all day. I work all day, but I'm working for the man. And all I really wanna do is to play my guitar. Well, no one's treating me bad, and no one's doing me wrong. I got those esoteric blues, I got those esoteric blues, I got those esoteric blues. Well, they don't know what they are for sure, but they know that I do. Well, I got sadness in my socks every time I try and walk. It puts those esoteric blues, it puts them way, way down in my shoes. Well, I don't think I've got them, but I do. I got those esoteric blues, I got way, way down in my shoes. Well, I kiss you in the morning, I kiss you at night. I kiss you in the morning, in that morning light. And all I really wanna do is to stay here with you. Well, my baby's not treating me bad, and she's not doing me wrong. I kiss my girl, I go to work, I do it all day long. I go to work, I kiss my girl, I do it all night long. Oh, but I got people saying things around me that seem dangerously wrong. Oh yeah, I got people saying scary things around me that seem dangerously wrong. Oh, so many people say things around me that seem dangerously wrong. Oh, well, they don't know when they're lying, they don't know when they're not. They make it up on the fly and then they serve it up hot. Do you see what that's caused? Do you see what it's brought? Well, there's no more news on the box, just talking like a fox. No truth to their talks, just praying like some hawks. Just disinformation trying to elevate their stock. Oh, it puts those esoteric blues way, way down in my shoes. I got the esoteric blues, I got those esoteric blues. Oh, I think you might have them too. 'Cause we're painfully and dreadfully sad, and we know it's true. Oh, we got the sadness in our socks every time we try and walk. He puts those esoteric blues way, way down in our shoes. 'Cause we got people saying things around us that seem dangerously wrong. We got sadness in our socks every time we try and walk. There's no more news on the box, just talking like a fox. No truth to their talks, just praying like some hawks. Makes us want to put some of that backward sci-fi time machine motion on our clocks. Oh yeah, some of that good old backward time machine motion on our clocks. To try to get rid of those esoteric blues that are way, way down in my shoes. Oh, we all got those esoteric blues, we got them way, way down in our shoes. Oh, we don't think we got them, but we do. We got those esoteric blues, we got them way, way down in our shoes.
Never thought I'd be jamming to the esoteric blues. That was not on my bingo card today.
Yeah, it's not everybody gets it, you know.
Great.
Alrighty.
Hey, Michael.
The esoteric Bill Palmer. Truth in advertising. I have to admit that I know Bill. I play at his chosen online open mic, Pand Open mic. I also play up there, and so I know a bit about him, which is one of the reasons I can ask the question I'm going to ask. I know you have done, in the last couple of years, you've done a good deal of moving around.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair to say. Shifting homes and locations and islands and hurricanes and all that kind of stuff. How does that affect? How does that feed songwriting?
It really does. It's amazing. Yeah. What he's talking about is grew up in Chicago, but lived in Kentucky for a long time. But we just moved to the coast of Georgia on a little island, which, we were here in the summer and there was a hurricane. And it's just a different world. There's alligators around here, and there's things that can get you, and it's really nice, and it makes you think about a whole different kind of stuff. It's just a kind of a reset. And then we've been going back and forth because we're not quite fully established here. But I've always found that traveling is I don't know. It just kind of triggers stuff. It'll either trigger an idea for a song or I don't know, it just seems to loosen stuff up. I don't know how to explain it.
So overall, you'd say it's a plus to songwriting rather than a minus?
Oh, yeah, big time plus.
Definitely, and their inspiration that comes from that. That's cool.
Yeah.
So that first song, the thing that I've heard it before, and the thing that always jumps out at me is I never lived in the South by choice. I was stationed there in some couple of cases, but the imagery is right there for me. I mean, what you're talking about feeling, is that how you see the South, those as that sort of that collection of the images?
The images and the smells, the other senses,
Yeah.
as well. It's a more fragrant part of the world due to the humidity in the summer, and the kinds of things that grow, the farming that goes on, the storms, the all that kind of stuff. And so you get down here in the south, and you've got the salt marshes, which at first most people come here and go, "What's that stink?" And then you go, "Ooh, I really think I kind of," it's like yogurt, you get acquired taste for it, and you're like, "That's actually," it gets in your bones. It does. Or like it's a newly mown hayfield driving through the South and near Memphis when it's really humid out in the summertime, and those smells will just knock you out if you've got any kind of sense of smell.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the sounds, the crickets in Kentucky. My cousin or my nephew came down to visit us when we moved to Kentucky, and I grew up in Chicago. He grew up in Chicago, and we left the windows open. And at night, there's this kind of cricket in the South that just starts ripping, making that noise, and he was petrified and had to close the windows. Just because of the sheer volume of it.
City boy,
yeah. He can handle the random gunshots. He just can't handle the
and the railroad trains.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, in Chicago. Yeah. All right. Hey, that second song, Esoteric Blues. What a title. What a notion. I really, excuse me a moment. I really like that cute inversion that you do of the normal blues theme. Oh, my baby's treating me bad. Everybody's treating me. I'm so oppressed. And you're like, no, I'm not oppressed. Well, not by the normal things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was kind of where that was coming from. I mean, I think, and maybe some in this group, there've been, you look at the news, up is down, down is up, sideways is front. I had no idea, and it's just so destabilizing. And it really got into the middle of me, and I just like, well, I've got to express this somehow, because this is, overall things are going okay, but I'm just really not happy, for other reasons that I never thought would be the reasons that I'm not happy. And, so those larger things, those people around us saying things that are dangerously wrong, that keeps me up at night. So, yeah.
Well, Bill, I have no doubt that this is not your first rodeo here, and I have no doubt that it will not be your last. And
I love coming to this thing. This is so much fun.
I look forward to hearing you play tomorrow.
I'll be there
at the open mic and here again. And thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Laura,
all right, let's hear it one more time for Bill Palmer. Great way to open up the show. Tons of fun. And now we've got another amazing singer, and I believe it is his first time on Open Mic America. So we are proud to introduce for his open mic debut the King Teen from Durham, North Carolina, who often plays the 8 p.m. slot on Thursdays at the Carolina Ale House, which is in Briar Creek in Raleigh, North Carolina. But he also wanted to shout out the Starry Plow open mic, which has a lot of fun, great people. But for now, we've got him at our open mic. So the King Teen, it's all you.
Thank you very much. This is the mud room in my house. It doesn't look like much, but my house is kind of a big deal. It's kind of famous, and there's a song about it. My house is still behind the grocery store, but no one ever comes here for parties anymore. It used to be the whole town knew the dancing wouldn't end. Now I sit here knowing I'll never have a friend. I never thought I'd be a tourist sight, sightseers blocking traffic, driving slowly by each night. The dark cloud hanging overhead must have spread the news that my house is the birthplace of the blues. My house is the birthplace of the blues, It's here that I discovered how to lose. You may say it's madness, but I invented sadness at my house, birthplace of the blues. No one ever cried before she left me. No one ever felt the way I do. Everybody's got their problems, but this is something new. There ought to be a plaque outside the birthplace of the blues. The foundation cracked the day she went away. The whole place is a monument to spiders and decay. The neighbors are complaining, I guess they never knew they live on the same block as the birthplace of the blues. My house is the birthplace of the blues. It's here that I discovered how to lose. You may say it's madness, but I invented sadness at my house, birthplace of the blues. Yeah, my house is the birthplace of the blues.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you. I'd like to sing a seasonally appropriate song, which is, it's not really a Christmas song, but this is it's a song about missing, and this is the time of year when certain things you really miss when you don't have them. So, song about that. I never thought we'd see this day. Million thoughts running through my mind. I got nothing to say. And so we've reached the end. My heart might never mend. Hurts to say goodbye, dead mom. Hot Topic had the t-shirts my older sisters wore. I camped out for Jordans at the Foot Locker store. From my baby pictures at Sears to the food court sneaking beers, we sure lived through a lot, dead mom. I had my first kiss at the UA 50plex. A Grand Theft Auto release day was the first time I had boba tea. Now I teach my kids to drive in the empty parking lot, the same one where I got busted at 17 for smoking pot. The only thing you can't buy is time, and if you could, you'd get it online. We had a good run together, dead mom. It hurts to say goodbye, Dead mall. They ought to turn you into housing. Dead mall.
I needed my lighter. I was ready to go. Yeah. So much fun.
Right. Well, the King team. I have to say, I looked online at on your kingteenmusic.com there. I love the line talking about your music and what you sing about loving you, leaving you, missing you, and whacking venture capitalists. It's I didn't hear any.
That last one's not really about you, but it always gets the biggest round of applause when it happens in a song. There's a part of a song where I strangle a billionaire, and the audience always really likes that. So,
well,
that says something.
Okay. So, where your house is, what famous house is? Would I know the name of it, or?
It's the birthplace of the blues. That's the idea of that first song.
Oh, okay. All right. And it's in Durham. Yeah. All right. Well, it's interesting. The song is sort of centered on the house, but it's filled with so much other legitimate, feeling. How did that come out?
I hit on that idea many years ago too. I came up with that title like decades before I actually made up the song. I had that line. You may say it's madness, but I invented sadness. I think what I'm really talking about in that song is that sort of it's really a kind of an adolescent feeling of so sad or so happy, so in love. Nobody's ever felt this before. This is unique to me. It's such a big feeling. It's the way teenagers feel. No one's ever loved like this before. Who says that? Romeo and Juliet, they were 14. So it's sort of that. It's the sort of solipsistic view that like my heartbreak is somehow special and different than everybody else's heartbreak, and it manifests itself by sort of deluding myself into thinking that this house here, ordinary house that I'm living in and had a little heartbreak, is nobody ever had the blues before me. So this is the birthplace of the blues.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. And I like the guitar work. I like the sneaky simplicity of what you do with your chord movement and stuff. It's very nicely done. Nice right hand work there. And missing the second song, I don't know what the title is, but
it's called Dead Mall.
Dead Mall. Oh, that's right.
Available on Spotify.
Yeah, it is. First off, oh my God, Dead Mall. What a thing to write about. And it's such a nice, it's like I've been trying to think how I'm going to say this. It's like a scrapbook. It's a song that's like a scrapbook, all those pieces of memory about this one focused thing. Where was the Dead Mall?
The Dead Mall is a few blocks from my house. It's a mall that I have no feeling for. It was dead before it was dead when I got to it, officer. We had just moved here. We just moved here a couple months ago. My cousin lives here. My cousin Rob Granick was driving us around, my wife and I, and he pointed it out. There's the Dead Mall, a couple blocks from my house. And he just said off the cuff, I don't think he was thinking of me as a songwriter. He just said off the cuff, there should be a song about that. And I thought, yeah, there should be. And over the next couple days, I made it up, and it was just as a joke. It was just gonna be this silly song that someone could be lamenting a dead mall. As it happens, I hate malls. I always hated going to the mall, but I always found them sort of soul sucking. But I sort of accidentally found myself getting towards some poignancy, because I do think it does contain, even though I didn't like malls, there's still a lot of memories in them, going to them with my parents or doing my Christmas shopping there. You just inevitably kind of show up at them if you live anywhere near one. And so the specifics of the song, I never snuck beers in the food court. I didn't, I never hung out at the mall like teenagers sometimes do and all that, and I don't have warm feelings for it. But it did sort of like accidentally present itself as this you know this place where there's a lot of memories for a lot of people, and they're going away. And I really did just teach my daughter to drive in the parking lot of an empty mall in Richmond, California. And I really was busted for smoking pot when I was 17 in a different mall. And I sort of put those two together, and I just sort of realized, like, yeah, I sort of accidentally hit on a poignant line there. So the song is a little deeper than it was meant to be. It was meant to be baggy pants comedy, and it turned into mostly that, but still I like that there's a little touch of real feeling and real poignancy in there. And I gave my cousin a songwriting credit on it. So if I ever make money off it, I have to share it with him.
Oh, very cool. You know, I'm always intrigued by craft in songwriting. And there were two places in there, see if I can remember both of them. The first one was, you really do a time placement, a temporal placement, by refusing to say the word sex. Nowadays, a songwriter who is, you know, more contemporary to the mall that they're walking through would just say it, you know. But back when the mall was still alive, they probably wouldn't, you know. So there was that. And then, you know, I have to say, I'm tremendously stirred with fellow feeling and sentiment about how it should be housing. I think a lot of the live malls should be housing personally. So you know, there's just a lot in there, and that's very interesting. Your first time here with us, I'm really, really happy by the depth and the density of your writing, and I sure hope that you'll come back.
Thanks very much. I'm really enjoying it, and can't wait to hear everybody else. So yeah, I've heard previous shows, and it's a really, really fun show. So yes, I will definitely try to come back.
All right. Well, thank you. Turn you back to our host, folks. There you go.
All right. Thanks again to the King team. A couple of great songs. And we're going to keep this train a-going with our third performer on the list tonight. It is Bill Hernandez, coming to you from Portland, Oregon. He wanted to shout out the Influence Music Hall, and every Friday night it's an open mic in downtown Hillsboro, Oregon. And you can find the website, which will also be linked on our website, Open Mic America, or you can go directly to influencemusichall.org. But for now, Bill, are you ready?
I am ready to go.
Take it away.
I just want to say hi to Deb. Deb's a fellow influencer. She's on we do a Zoom call every Friday night too as well. And just a quick plug for Influence Music Hall. We just won the award for the Organization of the Year, voted by the Washington Chamber of Commerce, Washington County Chamber of Commerce. So we're all pretty excited about that. This first song I'm going to do came out of a conversation I had with a friend of mine, and I was telling her, my biggest fear in life is dying. I'm not sure if there's a word for fear of dying, but you know, I just love life so much. I'm having a great time playing music, have two beautiful daughters, and she was trying to describe heaven to me as like this beautiful, magical place, and you know, I just wasn't buying it. And she said, "Well, Bill, why don't you do what you always do? Just kind of try to write a song about it, try to make you feel better about it." So this is called "On a Train." I'm on a train with Jesus. I don't know where it's going, but I sure trust the conductor. He seems to be all-knowing. I'm on a train with Jesus. I love the scenery. Heavenly clouds all around, angels as far as I can see. I'm tired of chasing the devil. I'm leaving that life behind. So if he asks about me, tell him I'm doing fine. I'm on a train with Jesus. He's sitting next to me, trying to calm all my fear, but to ease my worry. I promise you a better life. I'll be with you every day. Everyone you've known and loved is coming our way. I'm on a train with Jesus. I guess I get off here. I see those pearly gates ahead and a sign saying, have no fear. We don't worry about tomorrow. We don't think about the time. And Jesus is getting off with me. I know I'll be just fine. We don't worry about tomorrow. We don't think about the time. And Jesus is getting off with me. I know I'll be just fine. All right.
Yeah.
Most of the songs I write are kind of, I've been divorced 9 years and I've been doing all the online dating stuff, and you get a lot of material that way. And this is a song I wrote about a long distance relationship that just didn't quite work out, called Another Heartbreak Song. I tried to ask you about our situation. I tried to ask you if we were one, but you avoided that conversation before it even had begun. You never asked me or took an interest in things that mattered most to me, so I can't be there to pick up the pieces. Are there any left of you and me? I'm not saying that I'm right, but I'm not saying that you're wrong. Ooh, I guess all I'm really doing is I'm sitting here and I'm writing you another heartbreak song. Why would you think that I would care to hear about your past affairs? Maybe we all have one thing in common. Maybe we all tried to make you care. But I'm not saying that I'm right, but I'm not saying that you're wrong. Ooh, I guess all I'm really doing is I'm sitting here and I'm writing you another heartbreak song. And if you ever change your mind, or you ever find the time, maybe we both can pick up what we left behind. But I know you have better things to do than to listen for any clue. Maybe you'll find out what went wrong. Maybe you'll finally hear one of my songs. But I'm not saying that I'm right, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. Ooh, I guess all I'm really doing is I'm sitting here and I'm writing you another heartbreak song. I'm not saying that I'm right, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. Ooh, I guess all I'm really doing is I'm sitting here and I'm writing you another heartbreak song. Another heartbreak song. Another heartbreak song.
Oh my.
Appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
Right here. Wait for the screen to divide. Mr. Hernandez, good to see you again.
You too, Mike. What's going on, man?
Hey, nothing much. So the title for your first song, by the way, is Thanatophobia. That's the name for
Oh, okay.
fear of death, and just in case that's ever of any use to you
I couldn't find
whatsoever.
anything that rhymes with that.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you frame it that way, and yet the song is really a kind of a celebration of a victory over that fear.
Yeah, it's something. It's a work in progress, I guess. This
Yeah.
woman, I swear, she was trying to describe, like, man, that's the most incredible life you'll have up in heaven. But like I said, I'm just trying to ease my fear about it.
Yeah, and looking online at your stuff, I noticed that you had compressed quite a deal, all your influences. But you talk about how your music began for you with the 1964 with the Beatles
Man,
on
I'm a huge Beatles
headphones.
fan. I've been
Yeah.
to the Beatles Museum in Liverpool. My daughter went to school in London and made sure I crossed Abbey Road. Yeah, huge Beatles fan.
All right. Well, I hear echoes of so much beyond that as well in terms of what you're doing, technique wise, and in, you know, selection of what you do. So you retired after 24 years
Yeah,
as a
24
video
years.
producer at
Yeah,
Nike, right?
I best gig in the world, man. Been all around the world, interviewed the world's greatest athletes, but 4 years ago, I just decided life is just too short, and I just wanted to just concentrate on playing and writing music, and I'm having the time of my life. I'm busier now than I've ever been. I don't know how I ever had time to work. So
That's right. I understand that. So uh, I too have been a producer inside the music industry and largely inside the game industry, the
cool.
video game industry.
Yeah.
How does songwriting both conform to and differ from the sort of mindsets and sort of ways of thinking and acting being a producer?
That's a great question. When I was, I'm assuming you mean as a video producer. A lot of
Well, any
times,
kind of producer, they're all
yeah.
kind of similar. Yeah.
In the corporate world, first of all, you're always working under a deadline, and then you're always dealing with people who always have an opinion too, as well. So that's the main difference with songwriting. Things are just kind of. I'm sure everyone who writes songs, you just kind of feel when it's done, and you can take your time. And I have so many songs that I'm still working on. I still feel like there's a ton of songs that still need bridges. So for me, writing music is just always it's a work in progress. But I think you always get that feeling it's done. But in the video world, especially at Nike, man, you got to have so many eyes have to see it, and you have to get that stamp of approval. But when you write songs, this is what I wrote, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm playing, and there's no going back. So my two girls will definitely give me an opinion on songs I write, but
Right.
other than that,
There's not as much supporting structure, so you are kind of out on the limb by yourself.
yeah, that's why I love open mics. You just kind of you can gauge how well your songs go across, and that's all I
Right.
love.
So you're finding some of that support structure. In the second song, I really like the way you make visible to us the descriptions of both the enforced and the accidental distances in that kind of a relationship. Yeah. That how did you choose that as kind of the thing that you hung it on?
It was just, I was dating this woman. I'm in Portland. She lived in Bainbridge Island. It was always like a 3.5 hour drive, a lot of weekends. And, we were just at different points in our life. And, I've always used it just was using music as therapy, really. I'm sure a lot of people write about relationships or divorce or marriages or whatever. And, it just came out of that. Just two people who just weren't at the same point in life at the same time. And the distance didn't help. So I'll never do long distance again.
Yeah. All right. Well, so great to have you come again.
Mike, I appreciate it.
I tend to say this to everybody, but it's because I really mean it. I hope to see you here again. And thank you very much.
Fantastic. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate
back over to the boss.
All right.
Well, the boss is Capo Dave, but I'll be the MC for tonight. We are incredibly lucky here at Open Mic America to get so many amazing, talented singer-songwriters here. It is really just a treat. And How lucky are we that we get to hear all these people and we don't have to travel to all these different states? We get it all at once. And we're traveling to another state with our next performer. We've got Deb Weslow from Bulverde, Texas. And she wants to shout out the virtual open mic at the Influence Music Hall as well. And she also wanted to shout out an in-person open mic, the Redbird Listening Room, which is in New Braunfels, Texas. And Deb, the stage is yours.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be back again. I'm going to play a couple songs today. The first one is, seeing how we're getting close to Christmas time. I wrote this song about this time last year. It's called Handmade Ornaments. Anybody that has kids can probably relate to this song. Handmade ornaments hanging on a tree, front and center for everyone to see. Popsicle, Rudolphs, and picture frame art. Each keepsake touches my heart. Each year you made a gift at school for me. This is for you, Mom, you said proudly. Your face glowed in the colored light. Excited for me to open it Christmas Eve night. Your gift always filled my eyes with tears. You'd point, can I place the ornament here? I'd lift you up to hook it to the bough. We say, look how pretty it is now. Handmade ornaments hanging on a tree, front and center for everyone to see. Popsicle, Rudolphs, and picture frame art. Each keepsake touches my heart. Early winter we'd open the bins, pulling out the love contained within. I cradled every treasure for a while. You made this for me, I'd say, with a smile. Time's gone by. You're now a young man. You no longer make me kiss by hand. You call, I'll be home. Christmas break. Please wait. Let me help you decorate. You cradle every treasure for a while. I made you this, you say, with a smile. Handmade ornaments hanging on a tree, front and center for everyone to see. Popsicle, Rudolphs, and picture frame art. Each keepsake touches my heart. Handmade ornaments still hang on a tree, All right, this next song, yeah, I wrote for my mom, and it's actually my most recent song. I wrote it or finished it, I should say, at the Soldier Songs and Voices Reveille retreat that was about a month ago now. And I had the help from a talented songwriter by the name of Caitlin Cannon. She helped me finish this one up. It's called I Didn't Say. Did I ever say I was proud of you? I always put in everyone ahead of you. Joining the Peace Corps in a foreign land. You were not afraid to take a stand. Did I say sorry I didn't make the time to travel the world and taste the wine? Drop everything and just get away. Couldn't fit your wanderlust into my day. So many things I didn't do that would have meant so much to you. Wish I said before today these words I didn't say. Did I say enough that I love you? I hope in my heart that you knew we lost our race against time. I never got to say goodbye. So many things I didn't do that would have meant so much to you. Wish I said before today these words I didn't say. So many things I didn't do that would have meant so much to you. Wish I said before today these words I didn't say. These words I didn't say.
Slow to click there. I got to get my clapping in. All right. Let me pop this up there. Deb Westlow. Where's Boverde in relation to the middle of Texas?
It's north of San Antonio.
Okay. All right. I must say, fine set dressing work there. Cunning placement of that little Tannenbaum behind you there for the to support the first song, the little Christmas tree there with the ornaments. I don't know if any of them are your handmade ones there. So I've talked with you before about your songwriting and stuff, and I think maybe we've talked a little bit about what I'm going to say here before. But I must say, you have a positive gift, I think, for finding where love falls and how love drives lots of things in life.
Thanks.
Where do you get that from? What do you think?
I'm not really sure. I guess I just take experiences that I've had or or things. I've actually made up a few songs that, or songs that are stories of things that I not really experienced, but are familiar with, as far as different things. But I don't know, just kind of internally, I guess I see things around me, and I like to try to capture that feeling in my songs.
Yeah. Well, that first song, for example, I mean, you're finding love at the heart of the holiday, and telling us about it very beautifully. And then the second one, very powerfully, finding love at the heart of regret and memory, like that. That must not have been an easy song to write.
No, that's why it probably took me 2 years to write it.
Right. And then you enlisted some help from who was the songwriter that helped you, said?
Caitlin Cannon.
Oh, Caitlin Cannon. Okay, yeah, she's SS&V. So I have a friend who's now passed named Grover, who's a member.
Oh yes, yeah, Grover.
You know Grover, yeah, he's
Yeah, we were
been on here.
best buds there for a while.
Yeah, wonderful fellow. I'm glad to hear you joined it, and thank you for your service, by the way. But I'm also interested, talking about finding love at the heart of things. You're a romance novel author.
Yes.
Yes, you are. Okay. What caused you to go that way?
It was actually I wrote it with my brother Dan Chaskin, and he lives in Portugal, and we just started writing stuff back and forth, and it's all of a sudden we had lots and lots of pages, so we put it into a book. We had an editor, and now we have a book. It's available on Amazon.
You think that the romance novel thing is going to seep into your songwriting? We're gonna get some fairly steamy little numbers out of you, or?
Well, actually, there is 4 songs in the book that I wrote. They're not really aren't love songs necessarily, but yeah, there's 4 songs, original songs mentioned in the book, and then the lyrics are in the back of the book.
Cool, very nice. All right. Well, it's good to see you again, and I hope that we will continue to have you here. It's always, I really enjoy hearing your music. It's wonderful stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Laura, back to you.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Deb. Those were some beautiful songs. Got a little teary-eyed over here. But we're gonna compose ourselves, get back together, because we've got another newbie for Open Mic. I think this is her first time on the show, and we are excited to welcome Joyce Lee from San Francisco, California, who would like to shout out her favorite open mic, which is the Bazaar Cafe in San Francisco. So if you're in that area, that's what you should check out. But stay here for now, because Joyce is on the mic.
Hello. Yeah, it's my first time here. I'm excited to be here. I'm going to play a song that's actually not released yet. It's going to be on my new upcoming record. And it's about something that nobody should feel, which is feeling invisible. So... Just a week ago, you held me in your arms. It felt like you were never letting go. Now I drown in whiskey on my own. 2 days sinking deeper into feeling more and more alone. So I'll just hide the tears I cry. There's nowhere for my pain when you're the one drowning on the inside. Time is cruel as it is kind. Synthetic beauty's temporary, all the colors fade in time. Invisible, see right through me. Invisible, look right past me. I'm a sounding board, a specter's kiss, an afterthought. I don't exist. Invisible, and all those fears you couldn't hide. Now vacant eulogies of shattered plans and promises, one thin hope that once drift by your side. Unworthy punishments for things I never were and haven't been. Invisible, see right through me. Invisible, look right past me. I'm a sounding board, a specter's kiss, an afterthought. I don't exist. Invisible, what the hell am I fighting for when you don't see me anymore? Well, it's a half-life, a broken circumstance when all your love keeps crashing against a brick wall. Inebriated declarations, lost to fear of expectation. It doesn't hurt if we blame it on the alcohol, and let's forget how swiftly you paid the cost of history. How can it hurt if you're a ghost? Invisible, see right through me. Invisible, look right past me. I can't lose myself, memoriam bliss. I want you, but I don't exist. Invisible, you don't see me anymore. What the hell am I fighting for? There's nothing fair in love and war, and I can't do this anymore. No, I won't do this anymore.
My.
Beautiful.
Joyce, you're muted. Joyce, you're currently
you're muted.
There we go.
She. We get. Wait. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. I can't hear you. You're muted. You're muted. We can't hear you. There we go. I think she sees us. We get. Oh wait, there it is.
There you go.
Oh, I got muted somehow.
There we go.
Okay. You heard the last song, though, hopefully.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what happened there. I didn't hit a button, I don't think. Okay. All right, we're back. I was saying I wrote this song when I was really depressed. And I decided instead of writing a depressing song to flip it on its head and write a song of comfort to myself and to anyone else who needed to hear it. So this is a song called Lullaby, and you can hear it on all the streaming platforms. Come on inside, darling, let me take you in. Though you don't know where you're going, there's no shame in where you've been. But we've all done what's wrong instead of what was right. At some point, come on inside. Listen to my lullaby. Though the waves crashed all around you, hide inside my voice tonight. May the music be your safety, be your light. Here tonight, here tonight. Whoa, 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 and forget those weary expectations, all the things that test your patience, and the struggle that I know you're in. Choose another point of view, take a look at what surrounds and renew what's in you. So come on in, lay your weary head upon me. Let me cradle you close to me, kiss those lips and feel you near me. Let's spend some time just being you and me. Just you and me, you and me. Come on inside, listen to my lullaby. Though the waves crash all around you, hide inside my voice tonight. May the music be your safety, be your light. Here tonight, be here tonight, with me tonight.
So good. Woo.
All right, Joyce Lee. I was pleased to hear that the open mic is still going at Bazaar Cafe. Back when they first had them, I used to go many years ago. When did they happen? What night?
When did what?
The open mics at Bazaar Cafe in San Francisco.
Oh, I've only gone a couple of times, but they used to be on. I believe they were like it was before pandemic though. It was still my favorite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I haven't gone in a while, but it used to be like I think on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, it used to be Tuesday. Okay, great. So, singer-songwriter, you say playing a variety of songs from all genres on piano and guitar. Mad skills, love it. Invisibility, some pretty mad skills there too. Some very nifty rhymes and wordplay in that. But I looked at your Twitch site, and there's some things in there that there's one of those long run-on sentences in which you describe yourself, kind of a thing. And the invisibility inspired me immediately to ask about mental health advocate. What is a mental health advocate?
Yeah. So the song is Invisible, and in terms of mental health advocacy, so I am very open about the fact that I have complex PTSD and my journeys with that. And I feel that by being open and talking about it, it helps destigmatize it, which I think is good for the world. I am very much, I have also organized a bunch of events online with all of them, a bunch of musicians that I've met through streaming on Twitch, and we have helped raise collectively probably over 70K for mental health nonprofits.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So,
Plus the music. Yeah.
yes.
And so mental health advocate, and you're also a songwriter and performer, advocating that way. You say you're a gamer and a geek.
Yes.
Join the club, no fee. Survivor, and that one, the second song, I really like the notion of you as a survivor. When I hear a song like Lullaby, that uplift, that's a very fine survival technique. Well honed. It's a good song. I hope it's out there a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. It just hit 3,100 plays on Spotify, or 31,000, sorry. 31,000 plays on Spotify.
Well, good.
So that's pretty
People
cool.
are hearing it. That's a marvelous song. You're a cat mom, I'm a cat papa, we have a lot in common there. And then you have a long string of letters, which none of which apply to me, so I won't talk about those. But I hope that there's a song coming, because if not, I may steal your lines here, because they thrum my punk rock writer in me. Be true to yourself, love yourself. Everything else is just background noise. Is that coming? Is that coming in the song?
That is coming. And also, I love the punk rock thing, because that's actually why I learned how to play guitar in the first place, was punk rock.
All right. So how does that philosophy, though, how does that play into your songwriting?
Well, I was discouraged my whole life from being a musician, and by my family, especially, and then I also was discriminated against because I'm Asian trying to do rock and roll. When I was younger, especially in LA. I straight up got told by somebody who worked in Hollywood that Asians don't do rock and roll when they came to a show to scout me. I kind of view just the fact that I'm still doing rock and roll music, and I'm doing what's true to myself, and I am not letting the background noise, which is all of the negativity and stuff saying you can't do something, hold me back. I've suffered through a lot of things, a lot of negativity from some of the people closest to me, which really hurt, to injuries, where I couldn't play guitar for a couple of years, and I circled back around, and I am still doing it now. And now I'm streaming on Twitch with an amazing community who has helped me almost completely fully fund this new record that I'm doing. And it's been just one thing after another, but you can't stop being who you are, no matter what color, shape, size, or whatever you've gone through, And so be true to yourself. Forget the background noise. It doesn't matter, That's kind of where I'm at.
That's a pretty functional personal philosophy there. Thank you for coming here. You're winning. Keep winning. And I hope that victory will also include returning to us to play again some point here.
I would love to. Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Turn everybody back over to Laura now here.
Hi, one more round of applause for Joyce. Fantastic. I hope that I'm speaking for everyone else when I say that. I can't believe that we're already just over halfway done with the show tonight. It's just been hit after hit after hit. And I know that that's just going to continue, because we've got great people lined up for the back half of the show tonight. But this is the halftime stretch. So everybody stretch, get relaxed. And now we're done, because we're ready for another open mic debut. That's right, it's back to back. And this time we've got Teeyum Smith from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. He wants to shout out the Yonder Bar in Hillsborough, North Carolina, which happens an open mic on Tuesday nights. But for now, Teeyum, it's all you.
Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for having me. When I moved to North Carolina a bunch of years back, my name's Tim Smith. but people didn't seem to want to pronounce the first word like I did. And then when I finally got to putting a record together and realized that if anybody's trying to find my record on Spotify or whatever, if I put Tim Smith, hell, there's 2 or 3 better musicians named Tim Smith in our area alone. So I decided to go with it. But life keeps sending, keeps me bending. Baby, I'm not gonna break, 'cause you're with me. It's easy to see how much I can take. 4 days without water, 4 weeks without food, 4 minutes without air, and 4 seconds without you. You know there ain't no storm can do me harm, no hurricane, no twister, no flood. They can knock me down, but I'll hang around long as I got your love. 4 days without water, 4 weeks without food, 4 minutes without air, and 4 seconds without you. So take a good look at me, honey. Don't you worry none, 'cause if we got each other, there's nothing we can't outrun. Four days without water, 4 weeks without food, 4 minutes without air, and 4 seconds without you, without you, without you.
Hey, wow.
Great stuff.
Oh, thank you, smatterers. Oh boy, I got props for this next song. First of all, my totally ignored recording that I did earlier this year for the first time, up on Spotify and everywhere you would want to find it. And the last song on it, which is kind of the title track to it, deals with that thing called the participant ribbon. I don't know about you guys, but I wanted the trophy. I didn't want the participant ribbon. But I tried to imagine in song that there was one guy who ever lived who actually wanted the participant ribbon and loved it. So this is for him. Yeah, I finished dead last in the race around the track. I never was one that's ahead of the pack. But I don't worry about what I lack. Whoa, no. I'm a participant, baby. I'm a participant. Sure, I was slow, that was a given. What they did, I didn't. But I don't care, man, I got me a ribbon that says I'm a participant. Yeah, man, I'm a participant. Yeah, that shiny little satin, it's all I need to give a whole world of self-esteem. And don't nobody look down on me. I ain't a loser. He ain't a loser. I ain't a loser. I can hear you. He ain't a loser. I'm a participant, baby. A daggum participant. I wish Joyce could play that electric guitar solo about right here, but I'll just have to fumble my way through. I can't pay my bills. They turned off the lights. My baby left in the middle of the night. But don't worry, I'll be alright. Oh yeah, 'cause I'm still a participant, baby. Yeah, man, I'm a participant. And when I reach the end of the way, someone's gonna say something nice to say. And they'll scratch their heads and they'll say, hey, I remember, he was a participant, a daggum participant. Yeah, that shiny little satin, it's all I need to give a whole world a self-esteem. And don't nobody look down on me, I ain't a loser. I ain't a loser. I'm a participant, baby. A participant. Yeah, I'm a participant. I'm still a participant. Till the end of time, I'll be a participant. Enough of that.
Right. Now you get to participate in an interview.
Oh, happy to.
Yeah. So it was funny. I was looking at the on interwebs, looking around to see what there was about Teeyum Smith, and found something. I found that your first name, and I like the fact that you're recognizing the fact that Teeyum is spelled T-I-M in the American South.
Yes.
That gave me a chuckle. Very cool. And yeah, I mean, it makes you memorable. I'm glad you do it, because your songs deserve, and your writing deserves to be remembered. And yeah, I'm sorry if you felt like you tossed your album into a well and didn't get an echo back, but it's out there. I'm sure some people are hearing it, and those that are hearing it, I'm sure, are liking it. The two songs, both songs to me hover around some kind of an invocation of different kinds of strength. The first one, durability in relationships, and what allows that, which is a very cool theme, very cool. And then the second, you create this mythical person to ennoble the notion of the participant ribbon by personalizing it, when in fact one of the big arguments against it that people make, not saying I necessarily support this, but that it is somehow depersonalizing to give everybody a prize, because it somehow takes away from the person who wins, and I don't buy that. But what can you say about your notions of strength, and how that comes into your songwriting?
That's a good question. I mean, I really wrote the first one sort of as a love song to my wife. We've been married for 40 years as of September 24th. Eileen, I hope you're watching. Uh, and and it's just I had the chorus forever, forever and ever. I never could be happy with the verses, and finally I think I came up with verses that I'm happy. And it's interesting, that is kind of a theme throughout that of strength. The second one, honestly, I'm kind of in the other camp. I have to say, I'm in the camp of what is this thing? If I got it, I'm just in that. What does it mean? I'm just trying to do this as a totally tongue-in-cheek thing,
Mhm.
to try to have my own fun with that whole concept. Uh, but I got to do that second song at the SURFA, the Folk Alliance Conference, the Southeast Regional Folk Alliance Conference. I got one song in an open mic as a brand new participant in that conference, and so I got one song to do, and that was it, and it went over. So thought I'd try it again.
There you go. Yeah, it is a tough question. If you'd asked me at 18, I would have said to the
Uh
participant.
huh. Uh huh.
But in between that time, I spent 5 years teaching elementary school,
Mm-hmm.
which I think strongly shaded my my viewpoint on
Uh
that.
huh.
So, Teeyum, what drives you to write?
Well, I retired from writing Federal Register notices for the Environmental Protection Agency a few years ago, and honestly, songs are a whole lot more fun to write. I mean, you feel like there's this part of your soul in it. I've gone to the Swannanoa Gathering
Mhm.
workshop at Warren Wilson College, and I've gotten to take workshops from some incredibly legends of songwriting, and so that's given me a lot of inspiration to try my hand at it.
So, what do you like best about songwriting?
I think that what I like best about it is it allows you to kind of let out something that's inside you, to try to find that thing, that's inside you that maybe has something to say, you know, uh, and uh, and when it all works together and all the little puzzle pieces come together musically and with the rhymes and stuff and the wordplay, and then in addition to all of that stuff has something to say, that's kind of what we're all after, I think.
Yeah. What do you like least about songwriting?
Um, I'm not real good at wanting to perfect and edit and edit and edit, and get it
Mhm.
right. I'm wanting to move on to the next project. I
Okay.
probably should spend more time polishing the ones I have sometimes.
Well, that's the call you have to make.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I like best about your songwriting so far is that you brought it to us here and we got to hear it, and I really appreciate it. Thank you
Thanks
for
so much
coming.
for having me.
Yeah,
This is
well,
great.
um, I am glad that your first time went so well, and I hope that there'll be a second and a third and an umpteenth.
Anytime. Thank you, sir.
All right, Laura, it's back to you.
Thank you, Mike. And thank you, TM. Those were super fun. I'm going to have to go find a lot of everybody's songs after this. Thankfully, if you are also thinking like me that, man, I want to find some more of their songs, you will find links to all of our performers on the website, Open Mic America. There'll be links to their work so that you can find them and show your support. But for now, we've got a 2-for-1 special for you. Our next group of performers is going to be Robert Edgar and Roger Winkleman coming from Sunnyvale, California. And they want to shout out the Monkey House in Berkeley, California, and Michael McNevins Sound Circles, which is at the Mud Puddle Shop in Niles, California. So go ahead, take it away.
Okay, thank you. You hear that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay. So we'll start with a song come up in the last year or so. Take the corners with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I get up in the morning late and I take off work early. I drive up to the desert, babe, and over to the sea. The streets are all set up for rights, you know I take all lefts. But if you're not tight next to me, I drive straight, 'cause I'm bereft. Take the corners with me. Oh, take the corners with me. Over gravel, nails and black ice. Take the corners with me. Drive as children, soon after we turned 10. Life got me started early, sure was no accident. I put the AM between stations, dropped the windows just to smell the outside as I drive on through. I like it pretty well. Take the corners with me. Oh, take the corners with me. Over gravel, nails and black ice. Take the corners with me. Never know what's coming, 'cause they never learn to be. They stare out the back windows, trading life for history. I'm not into driving backwards, though I get off side by side. I like back roads, I like alleys, I like you here by my side. I like feeling, I like taste, and I like hearing winds that blow. I love the way you look at me when screaming, yeah, let's go. Take the corners with me. Oh, take the corners with me. Over gravel, nails and black ice. Take the corners with me.
Very cool.
Yeah.
There we go.
Here's another one that's more recent. It's called The Isolation Waltz. 1, 2, 3. Nobody glides more beautifully than me as I slip across the floor with a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I got the whole room for my dips and my spins, dancing the isolation waltz. I saw them all dancing from outside on the street. I could feel all the beats in the soles of my feet. But when I put down my coins, they all melted away, left me dancing the isolation waltz. Well, it's 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Let's take it backwards. Let me re-drop the needle and rewrite all the words. Sing with me together Yeah, we'll scream just like birds. The damning lyrics, the isolation walls. Yeah, well, Dante and me met up at the bar. I asked him how it was going so far. He said, pal, I don't know who you think you are. You sure ain't no Virgil, put your ass in your car. I tail it to Fresno, go get drunk in Qatar. I'm surrounded by losers, you're all piss in a jar. Nobody glides more beautifully than me as I slip across the floor with a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I got the whole room for my dips and my spins, dancing the isolation waltz, dancing the isolation waltz, dancing the isolation waltz.
Right.
All right.
Great.
Again, truth in advertising. I have to say, Robert Edgar is also one of the staff here at Open Mic America, and often does the task that I'm doing. So I should be particularly hard on him, I'm sure, but I won't be. On your website, on the Bandcamp site, bespoke music, bespoke satellites, bespoke world. Say what?
You know, you saw the picture of the little kid with the satellite?
Right.
That's me.
Okay.
In 1958, holding the first Vanguard satellite that went up into space. That's my mother next to me.
Oh.
And Cape Canaveral, I grew up there with that. It felt at the time like kind of a bespoke community putting together this space program. And when we, make music, when we make films, when we make art, we kind of develop a sense for it after a while and a sense of where we fit. And my take has been to make bespoke art, that which is personal, kind of one or a small group of people behind it, make each piece be original for itself, and have it crafted by an individual, and that's and the individuals that have put it together. So my take on things was that art should be kind of a bespoke activity. It certainly is for children soon after they're born, and certainly in grade school. And a lot of it gets lost along the way, that bespoke quality. And I think it's that's why I highlight it on my site there.
All right. And that first song, the hanging together through all the variations of turns that life presents, that is quite an adult love song, and that's a thing I find too few of out there. The people writing about long time, enduring, capable, love, and that song does a great job of that. What caused that?
Well, one is see, both Roger and I have spent time in upstate New York, and a central image there is black ice and driving on it and sliding on it, and that seems to be a particularly it's a metaphor that holds well, and for me, it helps describe or activate the thought of getting together with someone, sticking with them, and going for it on there. So it's in some ways it's kind of it is adult. I do believe it's adult, but it's also has a childlike quality, I think,
Mhm.
to it.
The not being in control part, yeah. So I'm aware of your broad and unusual musical background and stuff. What I would like you to talk about is how does the wide and weird musical background that you have, how does that affect your writing?
Um, well, I think the first song, the "Take the Corners with Me," in that the break, so to speak, in that is bending the strings, and it's bending it so that they're not even, it goes off the road. And Roger and I were putting this together, and we were saying that Roger said, well, he was going to be the road, and he's giving the bass line, and that's sticking there. And then over it, I'm sliding over it on that. And that is an aspect that isn't accidental. It's okay. There's a sonic aspect where that gives an image, and I spent 5 years doing electronic music in the 70s, and with Moog synthesizer and all that, and it wasn't based on a, a certain scale, a Western scale or anything like that. It was really sonic, and I think that for that song, I thought very specifically about using a sonic quality as opposed to a mode or a specific key
Right,
to
right.
make the picture on
To
that.
build it, yeah. Yeah, build the picture. Yeah,
So
cool.
that's an example.
Yeah, an example. The second song, could you talk a little bit about where uh, um, what I'm going to refer to in a moment, where
Uh,
it fell in terms of the timeline of the writing of the song, and that is this notion of opposition and contradiction. It's a powerful trick of craft, very very useful and very well handled in the song. By the way, I really liked it. Um,
Thanks.
so where did it fall in the timeline? Was it early notion, or did it arise during the lyric writing or the music writing?
Uh, I'm not one to start with an idea of um, sadness or melancholy. So on this, it started with the idea of a kind of tongue-in-cheek Randy Newman type of approach. So there never was a fall and then bringing it back. The idea there was to write something that was, you hear this narrator as it's singing it, and you can tell it's sad, but you also the idea there also the chorus. This guy goes to a bar. He's kind of a broken, sad guy, and he goes to a bar and he finds Dante, and he goes, "Wow, Dante's there," but Dante's drunk at the bar,
Right.
and so he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" And Dante goes, "Well, who are you? And you aren't, you ain't no Virgil. Get out of here." And the idea of Dante being drunk and somebody comes in off the street and he just blows them off. I thought, okay, I haven't heard that before.
Yes, neither had I until tonight. Yeah, okay. Um, Great stuff as always. Always like hearing you, and I give you the more than a participant's medal. In fact, I give you the golden medal for the fact that you actually, as a bass player, I am delighted to hear anyone get a bass solo anywhere.
And Roger, it's important that he have all the bass solos he wants.
That's right. Very well done. Very well done, sir. But I do have a serious question to ask you that I find a little disturbing. Where's Roger's hat? Okay, guys.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Thank you for coming back again, and we'll see you in various roles here. I'm sure quite soon. And I'm going to turn it back over to Laura now. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Yes, once more for Robert and Roger. Great songs, guys. Thank you so much. And we've got another performer, and surprise, surprise, we're excited to see them as well. In fact, we've got Glenn Merschel, who's coming on the stage from Monroe, North Carolina, and he wants to shout out the Home Brew, which is an open mic that is also in Monroe, North Carolina. So Glenn, if you're ready, the stage is yours.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Great performers tonight. This first song is something that touches all of our hearts. It's how many people have products that break down? Like everything you have conceivably breaks down. So this one's a little bit on the funny side, and it's called Make Stuff That Works. Hey, nations of the world, make stuff that works. Tired of things breaking down, 'cause I'm losing my shirt. Things used to be made with pride and with class. Take your extended warranty and shove it up your... Make stuff that works. Make stuff that works. Your 800 repair number is the next best thing to dirt. Make stuff that works, 'cause I'm losing my shirt. Your cheapo plastic items, my septic system hurts. Make stuff that works. Make stuff that works. Your 800 repair number's the next best thing to do. Things used to be made with pride and with class. Your cheapo plastic items, oh, it's hurting my... Just kidding. Today's products are great. Just get the extended warranty, 'cause I guarantee they'll break. Make stuff that works. Make stuff that works. Your 800 repair number's the next best thing to do. Make stuff that works, 'cause I'm losing my shirt. Your cheapo plastic items in my washing machine hurt. Yes, we bought a house like 3 years ago and everything broke. So, but that's the way it goes. All right, this next one,
Song.
It's after Thanksgiving, so I think I'm allowed a Christmas number. So this is an original piece, and it's actually, if you think about Santa Claus, he usually comes on a sleigh. Well, this one comes on a Lincoln limousine. So this one's called Mr. 25. Christmas Eve once again, here with my music-only friend. Outside the air is cold and black. I'm waiting for his arrival, for his attack. Toys he will bring, a scuba trip or some musical thing. A couple of girls would be la la, or a Harley Davidson on ice. Couple of hours he'll be here. I think I'll open him up here. The lights far away blinding me, pulling up in his Lincoln limousine. What I really want, better world you see, people free from war, happiness around me, the hungry fed, the homeless homes cured and alive. Is this too much to ask from you, Mr. 25? A couple of hours he'll be here. I think I'll open him up here. The lights far away shine on me, pulling up in his Lincoln limousine. A couple of hours he'll be here. I think I'll have myself a beer. The lights far away blinding me, pulling up in his Lincoln limousine.
Yeah. Hey. Okay, Glenn Marshall. I'm pleased to hear that Monroe is pronounced correctly.
After James Monroe, I guess, the president. Right?
Maybe,
Fifth
I thought
president?
maybe it was after Bill Monroe. So you came from Chicago, right? And,
I am. I'm from Chicago. Yes, yes.
And now
I'm
you're
a Chicagoan on board tonight. So.
Yeah, and then you're in North Carolina.
Yes.
Did your writing and did your music change with that move?
Yeah, I think so a little bit. You know, country is kind of big down here, and I have a good friend. He's 91 years old. His name is Don McGinnis. He was a country star in California and Vegas in the 50s and 60s, and you know, I play with him a lot. And we do a couple of gigs. He's 91 is still gigging. It's amazing. Not that much, but he sits in with me mostly. But I don't know. I try to pick up some country things too, but I guess I'm mainly rock and classical guitar kind of thing.
Yeah, very cool. Hey, let me briefly here geek out and ask a gearhead question.
Sure.
You're stringing on the 12th string. Are you going?
Yes.
Is this the string that's closest to you in each individual? Is it the high string or the low string?
This one?
In each pair.
Oh, okay. So it's octaves on the low strings.
Right, but is the high string? I can see it now. Okay, it's strung like a normal 12. You had a little.
Yeah. The highs are in unison. It's regular. I'm a half step down. I'm in E flat.
And do you have an octave string on the G? Or is that a unison pair?
The G is octave, high, low. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I've occasionally.
I recommend 12 strings. Try it if you guys, do something different. Don't be intimidated by it. The hardest thing is tuning the damn thing, but once you start playing it, you'll be all right. So.
Hey, electronic tuners have made a 12 string a whole new instrument as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Okay. Spunkalicious call out to responsibility there. That first song, and frustration.
Yes.
Hard to write.
Well, the worst thing was our septic system blew over one Christmas, and when you're afraid the toilet's going to back up into the basement, So yeah, it's just like, come on. All these products nowadays, they're designed to break. My brother was a Ford mechanic for 30 years, and he's like, they should have mechanics design these damn things, not engineers. You got to take off 3 things to get to the thing you want.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah, pre-planned obsolescence, kind of stuff like that. Not very
It
nice.
is, yeah.
The second song, Santa and his Lincoln and all that.
Yes.
Where did that idea come from?
I don't know. I think I wrote it on my old Rickenbacker guitar, and it was just one Christmas Eve. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna turn on a delay pedal and see what I could come up with in T, and just kind of came up with that kind of
kind of straight eight thing. Yeah. All right. Well,
I hope you feel better, man. Get better. So,
oh yeah, no, and I'm sure I will eventually.
Yeah.
Or I'll die and then I'll be fine. I have noticed though, each time that I've seen you, lots of emotion in what you do, even though the topics are not necessarily something that one would expect to have a lot of emotional content.
Yeah.
Where do you find that? What's the source, and how do you craft it in?
I don't know. I guess it's to try to make things more interesting. It just kind of comes out naturally, I think. Well, in the early days, I studied a lot of classical guitar, and that's an emotional instrument, really, if you think about it. And
Yeah.
I just kind of transferred it over to the rock stuff. Just to be yourself and put your heart into everything you do. Whether one person likes it or everybody likes it or nobody likes it. Just definitely put your emotions into it. So.
All right. Well, I like it. And I'm glad that you're back, and I hope to see you again. And I'm going to turn it over now to thank you, and then turn it over.
Happy holidays, everybody. Great job. Excellent performers.
Yeah. I'm going to turn this over to Laura now.
Ditto what Glenn said. It's been excellent so far. And Glenn, you too. Thank you for such fun songs. And I'm so sorry to say that we have come to our last performer of the evening. It's almost over, but not yet, because last, certainly not least, we've got Ann Sandstrom from Burlington, Massachusetts to play us out. She wanted to shout out the North Reading Community Coffee House, which is run by the wonderful Art Grossman. So Ann, if you are ready, it's all you.
Great, thank you. And it's North Reading. So I'll start with this. It's raining quite a bit here in New England tonight, and we haven't had snow right here, but I'm still waiting for it. This is called First Snow. I wake at dawn to the first snow of the season. Slip out the door to a world wide and frozen. First steps in the snow. First out in the cold light, first one to know how much fell last night. Every year I think I'll move away. My friends have all gone, but stay for the morning when I wake to the first snow. paper white will fade like old pages. Love letters winter writes will yellow as she ages. Ponds that were glass will scratch when I skate there. Their shine won't last in this gray air. Every year I think I'll move away. My friends have all gone, but I stay for the morning when I wake to the first snow. More storms will blow throughout these deep nights. They'll sift new snow to dust the world white. So I'll wait here for that one morning that comes once a year, when the first snow has fallen. Every year I think I'll move away. My friends have all gone, but I stay for the morning when I wake to the first snow.
Oh, very nice.
Lovely.
Guitars for this one. And make one tiny adjustment. So this song I wrote a few years ago when a friend of mine who is Jewish talked about how he didn't enjoy this time of year and often felt left out. And I thought, you know, there's something we all have in common, no matter what your faith, your belief. This does seem to be a time where we all try to bring more light into our lives. This is called Season of Light. These are the dark days, the silent and stark days. These are the cold days covered in snow. Love and sweet sadness mixed with the gladness. Memories echo from so long ago. Season of light, season of hope. Bring a candle, light a candle, bring a candle, light a candle tonight. Some count their blessings, others are stressing. Some count the days till spring rolls around. With high expectations of these celebrations, nary a moment candle, bring a candle, light a candle tonight. In a small corner, trying to get warmer, sits a small soul, the world passes by. Amidst all the giving, remember those living far from this hectic holiday time. Season of light, season of hope. Bring a candle, light a candle, bring a candle, light a candle tonight. These are the dark days, the silent and stark days. These are the cold days covered in snow. Love and sweet sadness mixed with the gladness. Memories echo from so long ago. Season of light, season of hope. Bring a candle, light a candle, bring a candle, light a candle tonight. Season of light, season of hope. Bring a candle, light a candle, bring a candle, light a candle.
Wonderful.
Very nice. Very nice.
Wonderful song.
Okay, we have our twin screen. Ann Sandstrom.
Hello, Mike.
You've been on Open Mic America several times, right?
Yeah, a few times now.
A few times, I think. Yeah, yeah. So no snow in Burlington yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, okay. So you're kind of in the plot of White Christmas at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to get a white Christmas.
Yeah.
Of course,
Well,
my focus for snow diminishes as the season goes on.
yeah. The first song, what a nice image. The idea that you're being faithful to the snow, to the season, to the occasion. How did that come into a song?
No offense to all you people in North Carolina, which seems to be mostly everybody in Texas. I can't imagine living somewhere without snow. I just, there's something so magical. There really is. That first morning or the first time you look out and you say, "Ah, it's snowing." It's quiet. It's just, it's wonderful.
Yeah. Beautifully supported, by the way, in that song by that lovely finger picking that you do. Very, very skillful, very charming. I liked that a lot. The second song, what a fine, I don't know, unifying notion. This season is often troubling to folks for the reasons that directly inspired what you did, and for many other reasons, and familial tensions, and all that kind of thing. I think that we sometimes forget to thank our songwriters and tell them that we know that they deserve thanks for raising these ideas and images that can be healing. I want to do that. What do you see as the purpose of a song like that? What's its utility?
Well, I think that it points out the similarities without denigrating anybody's belief system, anybody's customs, and saying, but look at what we have in common. We're all on this earth where we have the shortest day of the year coming up, and for various reasons and from various stories, from various faiths and so forth, we come to this season with hope. And we all do. And sometimes that hope is not fulfilled but it's a time when you hope for miracles one way or another, no matter who you are.
On your Bandcamp site, you have that little banner with a bunch of fragments of lyric or poetry or whatever it is. And the one that struck me was the leftmost one, not broken, just smaller. How does that come forth in your compositions?
Well, it's interesting because I mean I've been through some serious stuff. I am a cancer survivor, an unlikely one at that, and my life is not. You know, we all have images of when we're growing up of what our life is going to be. I mean, at one point I thought maybe I would be on a big stage and playing to big audiences, and that didn't happen, except tonight, and that's okay. You know, it's maybe it's smaller than what I originally dreamed, but I'm still here. I'm still going. I'm still writing. I'm still singing. That's pretty good.
Yeah, well, congratulations. I must say, though, in commentary, which my position allows me to do, if I'm careful, I don't feel smallness in your work, unless you mean compactness and elegance, both of which I do find in what you write. What would you say is unique or particular in your writing process?
Well, I spend a lot of time on the lyrics, and I always start with the lyrics. And I do try very hard to be poetic. And I also want the lyrics to flow nicely, like from the mouth. You wouldn't, like a K sound is very hard.
It's a stop. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to be careful where you put those sounds, and so it's like multidimensional. You've got to think about what the lyrics say and mean. Have a story that has a beginning, middle, and end, and rhyme as close as you can. I don't subscribe to the Jimmy Webb school of it must be a perfect rhyme, and have it flow and easy to sing.
Yeah. I love hearing you talk about writing to singability. I was actually working with a songwriting student this morning, and that was one of the things we were grinding through was, you know, can this word go here? No, I can't sing that. Okay, well, don't use don't use that word. You know, that I'm glad to have you expound upon, you know, how that's part of it. Well, I find your stuff lovely and charming, and I thank you for closing out this section with such marvelous music. Hopefully, again, we'll see you back here at Open Mic America for your big stage, and may your stages get bigger if that's convenient to you.
Well, thank you very much, and feel better, Mike.
Oh, thank you. Yes, those wishes are well taken. I'm going to turn this back over to Laura to close things out.
Thank you, Mike. And thank you, Anne. Those were some great songs to end on. One more big round of applause for all of our performers tonight. You were all so amazing. It was such a pleasure to hear you all. Thank you, Teeyum. Thank you, Bill Hernandez. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Robert and Roger. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Bill Palmer. Thank you, Deb. And thank you, the King Teen. It was so wonderful to have you on tonight. And then, of course, another big thank you to Mike for all those amazing interviews. It's always so interesting to kind of get into the mind of all of our performers here. And of course, thank you to founder Capo Dave for taking care of all of the tech work behind the scenes, making sure that it ran so smoothly tonight. And of course, a final thank you to everyone who's watching either now while it's live or later if you want to watch the archived version. If you liked anyone who is performing tonight, please check out our website on openmicamerica.com. We will be linking all of the performers that you've seen onto their further works and their places where you can find and support them. You can also find our previous shows, archives of the shows, and links to previous OMA performers. And if you had a good time tonight, Please don't keep it a secret. Spread the word. Let people know via social media. Let them know by word of mouth and talking to people. Or if you want to, you can even go to our website and print out posters or order a t-shirt with our logo on it so you can spread the good word about Open Mic America and all the amazing singer performers that we have. But don't feel like this is the only opportunity, because of course the reason that Open Mic America is here is to support your local open mics. I guarantee that no matter where you are right now, there is an open mic that is happening in your city, nearby somewhere. Go ahead and check it out, and we will link all of the open mics that were shouted out tonight on the website. Again, that will be openmicamerica.com. We'll have everything listed under the local open mics tab on the website. But if you want to see this show again, we are here the first 3 Sundays of every month. So that means our next show will be on December 10th. It's going to be hosted by Evan Acey and Robert Edgard, and I will be teching on that show. You'll have to stay tuned and check out the website for the full lineup that's going to happen next week. But for now, we're all going to wave goodbye, and we will see you next time. Good night, America.
If you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue, I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall. And if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.